Here we go. Oh, we got a puppy. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes today. This is Jeanette with Stardust and Moonlight Reborn Dolls, and you probably see a little puppy paw over there, well, a dog paw over there in the corner. That is my dog Zoe, and then I have my little puppy Luna, very curious about what I'm doing, so she might pop her head up again. Other than that, it's just you and me and little Everett here. So he really needed a bath, and I have gotten a lot of messages and questions about silicone dolls lately, which is kind of fun. Sounds like a lot of people are considering getting one of their own. I thought I would bathe him and just talk about silicone dolls for a little bit. I do have him covered up, as you can see, because YouTube does not like, you know, lifelike human parts. But I will say, this doll has the most incredible sculpting from head to toe, including his little boy parts, which are the most realistic I have ever seen on a silicone. So sorry you're missing out on that. It's really not a big deal to me, but I do respect that. It's just, you know, it's a little shocking for some. It's a little shocking to see that, I guess. We're gonna hope this little cap does the job, but you know, it might pop off. I just will hold it down. So you're probably wondering if it's okay to bathe a silicone, because you've probably heard that you shouldn't do it. Well, the truth is you should wash your silicone doll, because it's an extremely expensive piece of art, and it does get dust and cat hair and dog hair and other things, you know, it gets dirty. So you need to take good care of it. You don't want to wash it a lot, because you don't want your silicone to constantly be submerged in water, but you should be able to give it a bath once in a while and get it nice and clean without wearing too much. If you had a quality paint job and it was matted correctly, sealed correctly, you shouldn't have any issues. If you start to see peeling and things like that, it's really more to do with the quality of work than anything. So be careful and make sure that if you do have a silicone, that it was, you know, brought to life properly. So this is Everett. He is amazing, as you can see. And part of the reason I absolutely adore him, besides he's just so adorable, is because he looks just like my son when he was a baby. My son had dark hair, and there was an Everett with dark hair, but for some reason I really liked the lighter hair version. But my son had big puppy dog eyes, and you can just tell the way his eyelids were sculpted that he's got big puppy dog eyes if you were to open his eyes. And my son had a cute little button nose and big juicy lips, just like Everett here. And just the face shape is really similar, even his profile. It's pretty crazy. So I fell in love with this sculpt. It just spoke to me. And he's just, he's so amazing. Another thing that's really great about him is the blend of silicone he has. It's a softer blend, but it's not, you know, marshmallow, like slime or putty consistency is what I like to call it. Because I will tell you, the marshmallow silicone is really fun. The super, super, super soft silicone blends. But when you squish like a foot, it completely expands to the point it's just a big lump, and that tells you that it's really not made for the most realism. Like, it feels really cool, don't get me wrong, but like I said, like I compared it to putty and slime and the stuff that kids play with nowadays. It's like that, like moon sand or something. It's cool to play with, it feels cool to play with, but I'm looking for a realistic feeling baby. So this blended silicone is so great because he has density, he has, you know, some firmness to him, but he is super duper squishy, and he is incredibly floppy, like just like a baby would be. If you don't support his head, look at that. Like he, dangles. He is amazing. So there is no sacrifice there where it comes to the kind of silicone blend that he has, and the way his head moves is so lifelike. See that? It just bobbles like a baby. Like this is how a real baby's head would move. It's incredible. He has a tongue. Let's get that out. Boing. Do you see that? It's hard to see unless I get him a little bit closer. He's got a little tongue there, which is great. Those are fun. And he's just amazing. The best toes ever. I have another silicone that has live cast hands and feet. So that means it was molded from a real baby's hands and feet and attached to the clay mold before it was poured into silicone. But Everett here has actual sculpted feet, and they're so great. I love them. I love his toes. Everything about his feet is incredibly realistic. And he's got this great open hand. He's got a closed fist, and there's just so much you can do with his posing. He's got obviously bent legs, which I love. And there are some limitations with the bent limbs, okay? Because you can put them in a position where they look a little unnatural. But I love the bent legs because it just looks natural the way a baby would be. And I love when a baby can do this. When you could do this with a doll, I love it. His arms are also bent, but that allows for a lot of posing. The silicone I have, Leah, that you've seen featured on my channel, she's the one that has the live cast hands and feet. She has, her arms are straight. So there's limitations with that in terms of posing. So anyway, it's just a matter of preference. You really want to think about those things because they will make or break the way that you take to whatever silicone you get. Even just the movement of the head. I've had amazing silicones, but I didn't like the way the head moved, or I didn't like the way the neck was, and it just killed it. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? This is a beautiful doll. I love its face, but it's just the silicone, the way they move is so important because we're getting into a realism factor, right? With silicone, that we're seeking that realism. And someone can sculpt with really great proportions and things like that. But once it comes out of the mold, the way that it moves is a whole nother story. Like you have to be able to sculpt with the movement of the doll in mind. And that is a brilliance that I don't think a lot of us can understand. Does that make sense? So the person who sculpted this doll, for example, Dawn D'Onofrio with DD Art Dolls, she understood, or she got very, very lucky, but I'm guessing that she understood how this baby would move once he came out of the mold. And he moves incredibly realistically. How his limbs would lay, how, all of it would come together. It's really important. And you'll see what I mean. If you get a silicone for the first time, which is really exciting, you're going to be really picky about certain factors that you didn't even think would matter. So something like the way the head moves, or the way the legs move, or don't move for that matter, can really make you feel like just this wasn't the one for me. I got to keep searching. So this is our little guy. He's absolutely incredible, just incredible. And I thought I would share them with you guys. And if you're on a search for silicone, that's exciting. And I hope you find the one that you're looking for. You know, they're amazing. They really are. They're really amazing. They take things to a whole different level than vinyl. And vinyl is amazing too. You know, vinyl reborns are great. But if you're ready to experience silicone, it is going to be a whole different level for you. So I wanted to share him. I think we got him clean enough. I'm going to get him powdered and dressed, but I'm going to do that off camera. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. You got to kind of see his movement and what he looks like. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.